and ensuring that everything is all the rules are upheld correctly.
Here is Janja Garnbret. She reminds herself on the route and Satomi Yoshida is on the right for Japan. So Slovenia against Japan. I'm not against, I keep saying that. The two athletes climbing together. They're not against each other yet. So Janja is underway. Just beaten in the qualies, but only by a point or so. He didn't catch it there, but the route setter on the right for Satomi was really very observant through that first move. I think everyone's had a bit of a wake-up that anyone can fall at any point.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially when, you know, two people from the same nation have probably viewed the routes together, and it's, you know, entirely likely that they might make the same mistake as their teammates. So, yeah, definitely got to be on the top of your game when you're playing for a World Cup. I really take my hat off to the belayers in qualifications as well, because you really do sometimes get this massive depth of the field from climbers who've barely competed in their whole lives. I mean, obviously they're still at this elite level to be at a World Cup, but you know, certain countries just don't have the same depth as others, and yeah, sometimes people come out and, you know, one climber will top the route, another climber can barely do the first three moves.
Yeah, scary as a belayer, that one.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So Janja, it's interesting with her. She seems to have slightly changed her style this year.
I think the sort of like reckless abandon style really screwed her over in a lot of the comps in 2019. I think that was a really frustrating season for her, because this just wealth of talent kind of came through and was very much keeping up with her. And maybe she'd kind of gotten used to being able to climb carefree. And I think this year it seems like it's, you know, she's taken that time to focus on lead. It seems quite important to her, and she's not willing to like give it up for having, you know, just done something a little bit too quickly or with a little bit of recklessness, you know.
And let's be honest, she wants to clean sweep this season. Like,
I think so. Oh, we've got another kind of low fall there.
Yeah, that was Satomi Yoshida, and immediately he was frustrated by that. We'll watch that in a sec. But yeah, I think, and it's going to be interesting to see as the season progresses and we get, let's say that she continues to win and we get towards the end and she's on for that clean sweep. It's whether the nerves will start to play. And I know she's someone who can handle the nerves, but she does feel them.
Oh, absolutely. I think she always shows how she was feeling, you know, after the round. Like, she's so calm and so collected, and then it all just comes down, and you know the emotions really come through. I'm sure that there's some pressure she's putting on herself to, if not clean sweep, you know, to perform. She's an athlete at the top level of the sport, but yeah, I can only imagine what that feels like from her perspective.
It's going to be an interesting end to the season for sure. So Janja now is on to where things get hard. There's a similar move to this in Innsbruck, this mantle style. So she's got to push up with the left, easily through for Janja, gets that left foot up. Okay, so Janja's in this sequence and has her feet straight away really in the right position, looks right and left to work it out. Looking a little bit pumped at right arm, the veins starting to stand out. But a similar body position from Laura, hips very low.
Yeah, coming feet over to that left-hand side and really coming under those little cribs in the volume.
So Janja's one clip away here.
It's definitely looking not crazy comfortable, you know, like she's starting to have to work for it for sure. Hopefully she can keep the composure. I'd really like to see a top. It would be really nice.
Yeah, strong. That was a move that shut down a lot of the women. She's up into fourth now, well, second now. Natsuki Tani, the only one to have gone further, but Janja might be struggling. Shakes out the hand. There is a right side pull there. She spots it. Now she needs to get set up for the jump. Comes off the right.
I think she just dry fired off of that crimp. Honestly, that sequence, seeing someone in it, looked a lot harder than it looked from the ground. I was worried that that end was going to be kind of one of those like technical, not slab, but you know, really like pressive finishes that you see climbers just completely de-pump on and cruise through. But no, it looked really hard. It
did, yeah, and she only spotted the side pull at the last minute, had a head turn the other way, then had to spot it, then get it. And so no top from Janja, which means Natsuki Tani is still in the lead. Only Xianso can beat her now, coming into the final. And why is this important? Well, if the athletes get the same score in the semi-final, sorry, in the final, then it goes back to the semi-final. Okay, Janja Garnbret is on.
All right, let's see what she can do with this route.
Yeah, she's not in her usual position of being last out. Maybe that'll take some of the pressure off her. And Janja, something I've noticed about Janja's climbing this year is it's changed a little bit. She used to have a slightly riskier approach, and she seems to have like gone a little bit more static. We don't see all of the flicks that she used to do.
Yeah.
Especially down low.
I feel like she's got everything to lose. There's almost like, especially when the routes are a little easier, she has to top. And there's not much to win because she's expected to.
Yeah. No, you're right, and I think that's why she stepped it down. I mean, Innsbruck, she knew everyone had fallen.
Yeah.
She knew she had to be careful, and she could make that, adapt her style a bit. And it's still the Janja we know, but it's almost just like a more mature Janja Garnbret this year.
Yeah, it could be. Or there's just different pressures, so we're seeing a different side of her.
Yeah.
You know?
So she crosses through immediately, and I think she will commit to this sequence and jump through it.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain she will commit, yes.
Yeah. When she decides that she's going to go dynamic, boy, does she. The Janja flick that way. She kicks her legs behind her on some, especially the top of some bouldering moves, has become a climbing move. It's iconic. So that is the athletes who've climbed already, and they're all watching Janja now. Second to last athlete out here this evening.
Come on, Janja. Oh.
Oh.
Wow. A little more static than some of the others. She was able to do more of a one-arm pull before it.
Yeah, it looked like a scarier way of doing it because she wasn't quite as high on it. And it looked like she had to stretch at that last moment. I think that's why I gasped.
Yeah.
I thought she was going.
It was nice. I think she used like a little more physical strength, but maybe it was a little bit almost safer.
So that's the right hand. Ooh. Then she unlocks it and crosses through.
I think she's still feeling pretty confident here.
So 3:55, got lots of time, more than halfway.
Yeah.
And this is the first rest. We saw Xianso resting very low. Janja goes for the more traditional rest, maybe with a high right toe or a heel, depending on who you are. Look at that left, she just dropped down to chalk up on. Oh, and a big flick from her.
Oh, really pulling on that hold that not many other people did.
So Janja climbing it differently, uniquely.
As she does.
She does, yeah. So Janja gets that clip, and now we start. This is where it really comes into things. She's on 30 at the moment, needs to get to 41 plus to take the lead. One athlete to go, of course. Natsuki Tani will be up finally. That blocked hold, you can see, you have to be precise in that slot, but she is at the moment. Blowing the chalk excess off her fingers. And here we go. Let's see if Janja's got some fight here this evening. Long time resting. She's so good at timing. And now, at the perfect moment, she will get going into the underclink. Adjust the feet. You see the crowd sort of wanting to get excited, but not getting excited yet. And now they start to grow in intensity and loudness as Janja Garnbret comes into the final couple of moves. Got lots of time and is climbing it really well in terms of management. High right foot looking a really good rest here. Every time she looks down, she checks the clock.
Yeah, there's one on the ground, basically facing up towards the athletes.
So up she comes to the pinches. Here we go.
Come on, Janja.
What can she do? Will she make it another clean sweep here tonight? Can she? Remember, it's not all just down to her. Natsuki Tani as well. And now Janja is really gritting her teeth as she comes through the sequence. This is where we lost Briançon in this next move. Out to the toe. Ooh, thinks about a change in feet. This is risky.
And there she goes into the lead.
Oh, she's got to redo the feet, and now she's one jump out from topping, but she's looking like she might fall here.
Yeah.
High up, using just the volume. Fingertip on. And a huge fall down from Janja Garnbret. It's not enough for a top, but it is 42, and it is the win at the moment. But Natsuki Tani is out next, and if Natsuki Tani can match her or top, she will take victory.
Yes. I think that was 42 plus for Janja.
Okay.
Definitely a plus. She moved in the direction. Actually, the next hold might not be the top hold. The next hold might be that hold beside the hold that she was grabbing. And in the scores, like to get a plus, you have to move in the direction of the next hold on the route map. We'll see. Okay, congrats, Janja, first of all.
Thank you.
How did you find this route?
Oh, I was really excited. At the observation, the route looked super cool, and I really enjoyed climbing. Some sequences seemed like tricky at the observation, but then it was all okay, like climbable, and super nice.
Did you kind of feel the sequences as you got into them?
Yeah, at the observation it felt like a bit sketchy, a bit weird. We didn't know like if you should bump, like heel hook, left, right, especially the top part. It looked like super confusing, but then like it all turned out okay when you were climbing and you could like look at the moves in front of you and just figure it out.
Cool. And the big question, do you think the route was hard enough this time?
I think it was better, I would say.
Better,
yes. It looked harder at the observation, to be completely honest. It was easier when climbing, but I still think like one did a plus, one did one move more, and I still think it was okay.
Yeah. Okay, congrats again.
Thank you.